Hello everyone, this is Atul Vijay Kumar from Amrita IAS Academy. Welcome back to our Prelims Master Program, where I'll be discussing different ways and techniques to solve MCQs. So today we'll be going ahead with some of the economic questions that was asked in previous UPSC exams. Okay, very interesting question. Among the agriculture commodities imported by India, which one of the following accounts for the highest imports in terms of value in the last 5 years? Very interesting. So first of all, our first thought would be, oh no way, in no way I'm going to learn all this in the first place, or even I'm going to remember all this in the first place, right? So more than, I think 99% of the people would be saying, okay, let's not touch it, because no one would have ever learned that. So it's a googly or something, so we don't have to touch that question. Almost everyone who attempts the question would be leaving it. Is that so? I don't think that is the case. There is a clear logical path you can take to solve this question. Let us see that. Okay, so the question is about the agriculture commodity we imported, which is that agriculture commodity that we imported, and that was the highest in value of our imports. So there is spices, there is fresh fruits, there is pulses, there is vegetable oils. So all of these things, so these are basic essential, or maybe things that we use in daily life. First thing we have to think is that, is it a current affairs question? That is one thing you can think about. Or generally, so if you are importing something, it means we are not producing it enough, right? So if you look at all the options, we produce almost all of them in plenty, but still there is scarcity in this country. That is another thing, right? So I think if you look at the importance or the demand for these goods in the Indian market, I think you could eliminate spices, because spices from time immemorial, we have been exporting it. We have our needs kind of satisfactorily met through spices, so we can eliminate spices in the first go itself. Then it becomes a tough call. Fresh fruits. Okay, if you have remember the 3-4 years before, the Finance Commission has been mentioning about in India the inflation is so much linked with fruits and milk, fruit, meat and all that, because people with increase in income shift their diet to more luxurious or more protein rich and more sumptuous meals. So fresh fruits are going to be so much in demand. So all of us would have even witnessed that rise in price of oranges, apples and all those things. So fresh fruits is a good content, and here let us keep it there. The other two, pulses and vegetable oils, really hot topic, right? Do you remember that the cost of these pulses and vegetable oils have been increasing in the past 3-4 years? There has been so much of demand for curtailing the prices. There have been so many techniques or strategies has been applied to rein in the prices. What else? We have even brought a GM mustard crop in between, right? To increase the production of oil seeds in this country. So all that is there. So let us take fresh fruits, pulses and vegetable oils. So all three we are scarce in production. We don't produce as much as we demand it. Okay, so that is one thing. In that criteria alone, all three are equally important. But when we look at fresh fruits, pulses and vegetable oils, which is that thing that would be required by almost everyone. Okay, so for some, fresh fruits is an item of luxury. It could be an item of luxury for Indian lower middle class, or Indian who are very much up or near the poverty line, right? Or maybe, yeah, and the class below middle class who have annual incomes of maybe somewhere around 1 or 2 lakh. I don't think they would be eating fresh fruit every day. But do you think they will be eating pulses regularly or vegetable oil? So which is going to be that commodity that has the largest user base in this country? That is one way you can think about, right? So fresh fruits, anyway, if the prices go up, people will automatically shift from eating fresh fruits, right? Because they can no longer afford it. So prices going up, still import going up, that is not going to happen. So fresh fruits can be eliminated at that second round when we consider the user base, right? what about pulses and vegetable oil? So both are very essential commodities used by Indians, especially since we are a vegetarian society. If you look at the entire country, we have so much of population depending on vegetarian diet, so pulses become a very crucial factor for their protein supplement that is there. Then vegetable oil, it's an essential part of all our cooking processes, right? In tropical countries, everything is being cooked. It's not like in temperate countries they just sub cook or they just partially boil things, because the climate is much more conducive for the foods to remain hygienic. But in India, it's not the case. The warm, moist temperature, the climatic condition would worsen or deplete the quality of the food in no time. So we have to cook and eat almost everything. So vegetable oil is a very essential ingredient for all our life. And I would say, so say I don't have any tool to eliminate between pulses and vegetable oils, but I know for sure that if you consider a person, for him or her, vegetable oil is much more important than pulse, right? Pulses again is something you can give up, right? If you don't have enough money, you can still give up on pulses. But do you think that you can do that on vegetable oils? No, right? You can never give up on vegetable oils. So if you are doing any kind of cooking and to keep you in survival mode, you have to have vegetable oils. So if you look at the user base, the thing that would be in demand by the largest section of the Indian society, that is the thing that is going to be imported in the highest level, right? So at the first level, what you have seen, our first logic of elimination of spices was that things that are increasingly in demand in this country. So we kind of agreed that fresh fruits, pulses, vegetable oils, all of these are in demand in this country. We have seen the prices of all of them going up. So that is true. But once the prices go up, there is a particular limit beyond which people would stop consuming it. People would shift from that, right? So so when fresh fruits, the price of it go beyond a particular level, people wean themselves out of eating fresh fruit. Similarly, when the kind of pulses go beyond a particular, people come out of pulses. They would stop eating pulses. But even when the price of vegetable oils go up, they're not going to stop eating or consuming it. So they'll still be consuming it. So vegetable oil consumption would be higher than all this. And since our production doesn't meet our own end demand, we have to import, and vegetable oils are costly. So all of that gives us a very reasonable plausibility that vegetable oil could be the answer here. Okay, so I think that is the logic that I have done in solving this, and I think that appeals to you also. Okay, so vegetable oils is the answer here.